The Baltimore Ravens have entered a whirlwind of activity. Ever since the shocking decision to part ways with John Harbaugh in less than a week, the organization has made moves that have kept fans on the edge of their seats, signaling a front office that is leaving no stone unturned in the search for their next head coach. From big names with extensive NFL experience to younger coaches with fresh perspectives, the Ravens are making it clear that they want a leader who can shape the future of this franchise. For years to come, it is rare to see such a thorough approach, and it reflects the high stakes of this pivotal moment for Baltimore. One of the early names generating buzz is Jesse MINTER. While he might not carry the same headline weight as some other candidates, MINTER has connections to the Ravens and brings a solid track record that fans cannot ignore. There is some debate among supporters, with a portion of the fanbase preferring to move away from anyone with a Harbaugh link to start fresh. However, dismissing a strong candidate solely because of past connections would be short-sighted. MINTER represents a unique mix of familiarity and capability. Someone who could integrate quickly while delivering results on the defensive side of the ball. In addition to MINTER, the team has interviewed high-profile names like Cliff Kingsbury, the former offensive coordinator from Washington, and Anthony Weaver, the Dolphins' defensive coordinator. Both bring significant experience, having previously held head coaching or coordinator roles, which aligns with the Ravens' apparent focus on finding candidates who understand the pressures and intricacies of leading a top-tier NFL team. Experience is valuable, but Baltimore seems equally willing to consider younger candidates who can bring energy, innovative ideas, and modern schemes to the table. Among the names generating the most excitement is Mike McDaniel, widely regarded as one of the league's brightest defensive minds. McDaniel has attracted attention from multiple franchises. He is scheduled to interview for the Ravens' head coaching job, while also being considered for positions with other teams. His tenure in Miami showcased both innovation and resilience, with a rushing offense that consistently ranked near the top of the league. Despite quarterback challenges, while some may see him as a potential head coach, McDaniel could also thrive as an offensive coordinator in Baltimore, orchestrating a dynamic attack with Lamar Jackson and a talented receiving corps. The Ravens roster provides a strong foundation for any incoming coach, with star players on both sides of the ball and a franchise quarterback who can dictate the pace of the game. The next coach will not inherit a rebuilding project. Instead, they are stepping into a team position to compete for a Super Bowl immediately. This opportunity makes Baltimore one of the most attractive destinations on the market, which explains why the organization is approaching the coaching search with such thoroughness. Every interview, every request, and every evaluation reflects a front office committed to excellence and longevity. Pairing potential head coaches with the right coordinators is another area where the Ravens are being deliberate. A coach like McDaniel or Jesse MINTER could be complemented by a defensive coordinator who can handle play-calling responsibilities, allowing the head coach to oversee the team while leaning on specialists in key areas. Baltimore is clearly avoiding the pitfalls of the past, where delegation and lack of specialization sometimes hindered development. By considering strong candidates for both offensive and defensive roles, the Ravens are setting themselves up for a coaching staff that can operate at a high level immediately. The team has also explored other intriguing names, such as Jim Schwartz, the Browns' defensive coordinator, highlighting the organization's willingness to look outside the immediate pool of candidates and consider lateral moves that could strengthen the staff overall. This type of strategic thinking signals a front office that values insight and expertise, not just reputation. They are not rushing the process, but instead are methodically assembling a network of coaches who could collectively push the franchise forward, even as they pursue big names. Baltimore is also attentive to emerging talent. Coaches like Clint Kubik and other young coordinators with promising track records are under consideration. The goal seems clear: build a staff where experience meets innovation, creating an environment where new ideas are implemented without sacrificing discipline or accountability. By conducting extensive interviews and gathering perspectives from multiple sources, the Ravens are ensuring that whoever takes the helm has the support and structure needed to succeed in a high-pressure environment. At its core, this coaching search is about leadership. Whoever is selected must be more than just a strategist. They must command respect, inspire the team, and set a tone for a franchise aiming to compete at the highest level year after year. Baltimore's approach demonstrates that they are prioritizing vision and competence over convenience or speed. by interviewing a wide range of candidates and exploring diverse backgrounds. The Ravens are positioning themselves to make a move that will impact the organization. For the next decade, fans should pay close attention, because the choices made in the coming weeks will define the team's trajectory and could set a precedent for how elite NFL teams handle coaching transitions in the future. This intense focus on leadership, pairing, and strategic hires is just the beginning. The Ravens are making it clear that they are willing to invest time and resources to ensure that every hire aligns with their long-term vision. From established coordinators to promising young coaches, the search process reflects a holistic approach where no detail is overlooked. Baltimore is not just looking for a head coach. They are seeking a cornerstone for the next era of Ravens football, someone who can harness the talent on the roster and translate it into sustained success. The sheer volume of interviews and requests alone is evidence of a team committed to excellence, signaling to the NFL that Baltimore is serious about creating a championship-caliber organization. As the Ravens' coaching search progresses, it has become clear that this is more than a routine hiring process. Baltimore is approaching it as a strategic campaign to secure the most capable leadership, combining proven experience with innovative ideas. The interviews that have already taken place illustrate a deliberate focus on both sides of the ball, ensuring that the head coach will have a staff capable of executing at the highest level from day one. Every conversation with candidates serves multiple purposes: evaluating leadership, assessing scheme fit, and understanding how each coach could maximize the talent on the roster. In this sense, Baltimore is sending a strong message to the league that they are not rushing. They are thorough, and they are aiming for excellence. Kevin Stefanski, Brian Flores, Vance Joseph, Cliff Kingsbury, and others have been part of this wide-ranging effort, highlighting the diversity of experience Baltimore is willing to consider. Some of these names bring deep knowledge from prior head coaching tenures, while others offer innovative schemes and fresh approaches as coordinators. The balance between veteran insight and youthful energy seems to be a guiding principle. It is not just about pedigree or resume, it is about fit, vision, and the ability to inspire a team that is already filled with talent. The Ravens' methodical approach suggests a willingness to explore all angles, ensuring that whoever steps into the head coaching role will have the tools and support to succeed in a high-stakes environment. Offensive minds like Mike McDaniel bring unique value because they can dramatically influence the team's identity. In Miami, McDaniel demonstrated creativity and adaptability, crafting offensive strategies that maximize both the run and the pass despite challenges at quarterback. For Baltimore, a coach like him could unlock the full potential of Lamar Jackson while integrating other key weapons in the offense. The idea of pairing McDaniel with a younger head coach is particularly intriguing because it allows for a balance between innovation and oversight. McDaniel's expertise could accelerate the team's offensive development while the head coach sets the broader tone and manages the overall strategy. This type of collaboration highlights the Ravens' willingness to think outside the traditional hierarchy when building a coaching staff. Defensively, Baltimore has shown equal attention to detail. Anthony Weaver and other defensive candidates have been part of an extensive interview process, signaling that the team is focused on finding leaders who can take responsibility for both game planning and execution. In the past, delegating responsibilities without clear specialization led to inconsistencies. But now the Ravens appear intent on constructing a staff where every coach has a defined role and the ability to impact outcomes. The attention to defensive pairing, including potential coordinators like Jim Schwartz, demonstrates an understanding that sustained success comes from cohesive units rather than isolated brilliance. Another interesting aspect of this search is how Baltimore is leveraging lateral moves to attract top talent. Coaches who may not immediately secure a head coaching job elsewhere are being evaluated for coordinator roles, creating an environment where expertise is applied strategically and career growth is supported. A coach who joins the Ravens as a coordinator today could very well become a head coach tomorrow, and Baltimore is capitalizing on this by offering an attractive stage with a franchise-ready roster. This dual approach evaluating candidates for both immediate leadership and future development ensures that the team remains competitive while also building long-term continuity. The sheer volume of names involved in this process underscores the Ravens' commitment to quality. From younger rising stars like Clint Kubik to experienced coordinators and former head coaches, Baltimore is exploring a wide spectrum of options. This is not a situation where the front office is settling for convenience or rushing to a decision. Instead, it is an exhaustive search designed to create a coaching staff capable of dominating in the present. While building for the future, every interview is a chance to learn, assess, and refine the final selection. And the organization's strategy reflects a deep understanding of what it takes to remain elite in the NFL. Leadership qualities have become a central focus in these discussions. It is not enough to understand X and O's. The Ravens require someone who can command respect, instill discipline, and foster a culture of accountability and excellence. The next head coach must navigate the pressures of a Super Bowl contending team while managing personalities, egos, and expectations. The interviews are designed to reveal these qualities, giving the front office a clear picture of how each candidate might handle the challenges inherent in leading a championship-caliber team. Baltimore's insistence on leadership evaluation demonstrates a maturity in the hiring process that separates elite organizations from the rest of the league. The importance of pairing the right head coach with coordinators cannot be overstated. Whether it is offense or defense, the strategy is to combine seasoned professionals with rising talent in a way that complements strengths and mitigates weaknesses. This approach ensures that the team is not overly reliant on a single individual, and that the learning and growth of the staff contribute to consistent performance across every facet of the game. Baltimore's openness to dynamic pairings, like McDaniel with a younger head coach or Schwartz in a defensive coordinator role, reflects forward-thinking management that prioritizes results without sacrificing development. Throughout this process, the Ravens are sending a broader message to the league. They are establishing themselves as a premier destination for coaching talent, a place where ambitious candidates can contribute to a winning culture while also gaining exposure. On a platform with championship potential, the strategy of methodical interviews, strategic pairings, and careful evaluation signals a front office that is confident, deliberate, and unwilling to compromise. This approach ensures that whoever is ultimately selected will be fully prepared to meet the demands of leading one of the NFL's most talented and competitive teams. As the search continues, it is evident that Baltimore's process is setting a new standard for coaching hires. By combining patience, precision, and a willingness to explore both established and emerging talent, the Ravens are creating a roadmap for sustainable success. The next head coach will inherit a team with all-pro talent, a franchise quarterback, and a culture poised for achievement. But the role requires more than tactical acumen. It requires vision, leadership, and the ability to inspire consistent performance. Baltimore is leaving nothing to chance, and fans are witnessing a meticulous, high-stakes pursuit that could redefine the franchise for years to come. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Whispers around Baltimore have intensified in recent weeks, and one name keeps surfacing as the potential heir to the Ravens' sideline throne: Jesse Minter. Known for his meticulous defensive schemes and his ability to connect with players on a personal level, Minter has quietly positioned himself as the candidate most likely to carry forward the culture established under John Harbaugh. While the organization has remained tight-lipped, sources close to the team hint that Minter's blend of discipline and adaptability makes him an intriguing long-term option, especially at a time when continuity is prized above all. Minter's reputation as a defensive savant precedes him across his coaching journey. He has consistently transformed underperforming units into disciplined, high-efficiency groups. Yet what truly sets him apart is his approach to leadership. Unlike some young coaches who lean heavily on schemes and analytics, Minter is said to prioritize trust, communication, and a deep understanding of locker room dynamics. This balance mirrors what many insiders describe as the Harbaugh way, a mixture of accountability, innovation, and a family-like environment where players feel challenged but supported. Speculation also revolves around the notion that the Ravens are not just looking for a tactician, but for someone who can maintain institutional identity in an era where coaching changes can disrupt locker rooms and franchises alike. Minter's familiarity with Baltimore's philosophy gives him a leg up. He reportedly spends hours reviewing not only opponents' tendencies, but also his own team's culture, ensuring that every adjustment on the field reinforces the values long instilled by Harbaugh. In this sense, insiders suggest that Minter is not merely a candidate. He is a safeguard against a potential cultural shift that could unsettle a team still viewed as a model of stability. Adding fuel to the rumor mill are subtle moves behind the scenes, Minter's reported influence in game planning, his close mentoring of young defensive stars, and his presence in high-level meetings. Each of these hints at a quietly orchestrated grooming process. While no official announcement has been made, the narrative emerging among analysts and former players is clear. Jesse Minter could be the Ravens' most secure bet to step into Harbaugh's shoes without disrupting the delicate balance of winning culture and team identity. Whether this speculation solidifies into a concrete decision remains to be seen, but for now, Baltimore watchers can't ignore the Minter factor. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.